Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. First off, I want to take a moment to truly thank each and every one of you who has taken the time to watch my videos or listen to my podcast. It means the world to me, and I appreciate your support so much. Now, before we get into it, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. Trust me, the upcoming episodes are going to be incredibly interesting, and I don't want you to miss out. Now, let's dive into Episode 7 of Lessons Learned from the Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation saga. In the last episode, I shared how I was asked to write a report that had to be signed by my supervisors and approved by the managing director, MD, before I could receive my salary. Some of my colleagues in the office warned me that the new MD was difficult, and he would likely dismiss my case entirely. But I was determined to fight for what was right. I wrote the report signed by my supervisors. When I submitted it to the MD, he looked at it and said, "The report didn't clearly explain my case." He told me to rewrite it. I wasn't surprised, but I was devastated. I left his office, went to the restroom, and cried. But after that, I wiped my tears, went back, and started rewriting the report. I then rewrote the report. I took it back to my supervisors for their signatures. I recall one of the senior finance managers asking what had happened to the first report. I told him the managing director said it didn't clearly stated my case. He laughed, and it was clear they were pleased, feeling confident that the MD would dismiss my case entirely. The second time I submitted it, the MD still wasn't satisfied. This time, I gathered the courage to ask him to show me exactly what needed to be corrected. To my surprise, he did. He took the time to highlight areas to improve and explained how such reports should be written. I rewrote the report, and when I submitted it again, he said it was perfect. To be honest, when I went to the MD's office about my report, I was already convinced that my supervisors had told him a lot of negative things about me. So, I mentally prepared myself for criticism or negative feedback. That's why, when he first told me my report didn't clearly stated my case, I assumed he was basing his response on what they had said about me, rather than the actual content of my work. A week later, my salary was paid. Regarding my confirmation, HR requested all of my qualifications and certificates, which I promptly submitted. They also asked for a summary of my job description, detailing the tasks I perform. I later learned that the MD had also requested the qualifications of my colleagues, including my supervisor. After reviewing everything, he realized that I did, in fact, have the necessary qualifications. As a result, I was confirmed as a permanent staff member, just as Graham had planned to do before his contract ended. My colleagues were shocked because they were not expecting that. When my contract was confirmed, the finance director told me he had fought for my confirmation. I wasn't aware since I wasn't present at any of the meetings between the MD and the finance team about my case. However, for me, the most important thing is that I was confirmed. Now this brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you for watching and see you in my next episode. Bye.